Hi guys, it's me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, this is a rare opportunity. Today I am celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month as part of September in a collaboration with other creative YouTube Latinas, and I am going to commemorate this with a special character from Hispanic pop culture.
Bienvenidos a las estrellas con Walter Mercado.
Right about now, you probably are thinking, well, Annie has completely lost her mind now. No, I'm just celebrating Hispanic culture, and Walter Mercado is very much a part of Hispanic culture. Don't believe me? Ask any one of your Hispanic friends. So, Walter Mercado used to be an astrologer, and he passed away in 2019, but I guess this is an homage to my grandmother and my mom, who used to love watching him. They would always say, no, we don't believe in that, but they always enjoyed watching him. He was very entertaining and flamboyant, as you can see. So I'm going to be sprinkling some of his predictions for each one of the signs. Now, I'm not an astrologer, and I just made it up, so don't take it seriously, guys, okay? So here I'm going to start making a little gypsy diorama box, because I thought how perfect, like a fortune teller, I think would be very fitting with what Walter Mercado used to do. So let's see what he has to say for a few of the signs. And I apologize to my English speaking friends, because this will be in Spanish. This is part of a lovely collaboration with some wonderful Hispanic and Latina creators here on YouTube, and we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. And as part of my Hispanic Heritage celebration, that is why I'm including Walter Mercado. Once again, very much a part of Hispanic culture, pop culture, I should say. So enjoy the rest of the playlist.
Aries, fuego, pasión, pero ten cuidado que ese fuego no quema a aquellos que estén más cerca a ti.
Okay, thanks, Walter. That was my sign, Aries. And so here, let's go back to the craft. What I did was I took some cardboard. I'm creating my own box. Why? Because I couldn't find a box that would fit what I wanted to do. If you couldn't find a box, even better, you skip that whole first step. And all I'm doing now is I'm going to cover the back of the box, the inside of the box, with this stars paper, scrapbook paper that I found in my scrapbook pile. And if you don't have the paper, you can always dot the stars yourself with some glitter, or you can even make holes in the paper and the cardboard and put some little fairy lights, whatever you'd like to do. If you're going to make this, again, it's up to you. I'm just here to inspire you. So let's see what else Walter has to say. And again, I apologize that this is in Spanish, but I'm trying to stay true to his character, and I hope you don't mind. I had fun dressing up like this dude. Yeah, it's a dude. So here we go.
Géminis, eres una espada de doble filo y ten cuidado a quién vas a cortar.
Okay, you can totally tell that I made up all of these astrology readings, but I had fun with it and just tried to come up with something according to what the sign was. Anyway, here I am continuing to make the box. All I'm doing was putting the sides together and like I said before, building a box. Walter Mercado, again, he was quite a character, but very much a staple in many Hispanic households. We would all sit around and wait for his predictions for each astrological sign, even though we didn't quite believe it, but you know, it was still fun. And here's the scrapbook paper that I found in my scrapbook pages that inspired this whole idea. Anyway, I want to talk more about Walter Mercado. If you were young and you sat with your grandma, one time or another you were either watching soap operas, Spanish, pretty much Spanish Latino TV back in the day. I'm talking about 20 years ago, probably 30 years ago or more. Pretty much was based off of, Spanish soap operas. And if you've ever never seen one, you've got to watch a Spanish soap opera. Sábado Gigante and Walter Mercado. That was basically a staple. Oh, and then if you were little, you watched El Chapulín Colorado. I don't even know how to describe that in English. It was a grown man who dressed up like a child and ran around in a superhero suit that was like a bug. He had antennas and a heart on his chest. You never stop to think of how do you explain El Chapulín Colorado? You can't. You can't. Yeah, it's impossible. But I'll try to explain a little bit of Walter Mercado for you guys that don't know Walter Mercado. Walter Mercado is a gentleman. He was born in Puerto Rico. And one day he was working for a news station. He wasn't per se a professional astrologer or anything like that, but you know, there was some empty space and they said, "Hey, Walter, we need you to, you know, come in." He was a very handsome man when he was young. And this is back in the 50s when he started. And there was some empty space and the guest didn't arrive. So he had to fill it up. So what did he do? He dressed up as a swami, you know, and decided to go out, you know, as this very exotic, you know, flamboyant person. And he did the horoscope. Well, he was an immediate hit. And when I mean immediate, like everybody wanted to watch the horoscope. You know, at first I think it started weekly and then it became like a daily thing. And he just went off from there. And he is known for being flamboyant and being over the top. And, but he always, you know, I guess he always wanted to promote love and positivity and optimism. And, you know, never to take on revenge or anything like that, which is ironic because he did live that philosophy. He, if you ever get a chance to watch the Netflix documentary about him, please do, because it really is amazing and it opens your eyes to everything that this man went through in his career. Now in this step, I thought it would be cute to add some glitter on the inside of that glass ball, but don't do it. It didn't work out. I don't know. I made too thick of a layer and it has swirls and stuff. So just skip that. Just skip that altogether.
Leo, a veces llegas como si fueras el rey, pero tienes que saber cuándo tienes que tomar un segundo aplauso para que otros puedan brillar.
Perfect. So what I did here was I took that plastic ball and I painted the inside with some glitter paint. Then I took this I guess ribbon roll, and I'm going to make that into the gypsy's table. So I'm just trying to fit it in. I'm also making little shells because I found these little potion bottles and I thought, I don't know, do gypsies use potions? No, they usually use cards, but who knows, maybe they might have potions. What was that? They might have potions. I need a potion. It's like a speak correctly potion. Is there such a thing? I don't know. I need one. And so here I am. I'm putting lights into the little globe. Isn't that cute? And then I put a little rose on top because this globe was actually like, at one time it was a Christmas ornament and there's like the top of it. So I just put a rose on top. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Put some lace on top of the little table and a rose. And there you have it. I think it's adorable with the little shelf in the background with the potions and stuff. So just have fun with it. That's the most important thing with crafting, especially in this time of the year. With Halloween crafts, just make it fun, make it fanciful, make it whimsical, and just enjoy it. And do it as Walter Mercado said, with mucho, mucho amor, with lots of love. That's how you have to do crafting, people. That's how I do it. Let's see what I come up with next.
Sagitario, ten bien encaminado esa flecha para que siga directo hacia adelante, no mira hacia atrás.
Next, I'm going to be making a Day of the Dead wreath. Now, Halloween really isn't celebrated amongst Hispanic cultures, but the closest thing we have is Day of the Dead, which is traditionally celebrated in the Mexican culture. It's a beautiful celebration of life and those who have gone before us, those who have passed on. And it's a way to venerate the ones that we love. So I thought it would be cool to make this wreath for a friend of mine. She's Puerto Rican actually, and she's my bestie, my neighbor and my sister. And she always enjoys me when I make her some Halloween wreaths every year.
Capricornio, sigue subiendo esas montañas que tienes allí delante de ti y no tengas miedo de su altura.
So to continue, I'm going to use these sugar skull forms that are wooden from the Dollar Tree, and they're perfect to add a very big striking piece to my Halloween wreath for my friend. To embellish these sugar skulls, I decided to go very Spanish, I suppose, just to combine it. And instead of using a whole bunch of different colors, I'm going to keep it very monochromatic, using black, white, and red as part of this decor. And here I'm just adding some lace, some black lace, to the female sugar skull, and then I'm going to add a beautiful glittered red rose from the Dollar Tree.
Piscis, vas y vienes con las olas del mar, pero sabes muy bien que tienes que poner los pies firmes en la tierra para realizar esos sueños.
For her male partner, I'm going to just paint that little top hat that he's got, and again add some embellishments with a red flower and some leaves, just so that they match, and just to bring a little touch of color to my monochromatic wreath. And it's a mesh wreath. Yes, I'm challenging myself again with a mesh wreath, although I'm not going to show the tutorial of how to make a mesh wreath. Just trust me, I've done it before. I gave Walter a break for the rest of this video, and basically here all I'm doing is adding that little touch of red with that red flower, and there you can see how nicely this little couple matches together for my sugar skull wreath. I wanted to add a little sign, but this eat, drink, and be scary wouldn't be appropriate for a teacher to have in her classroom, so that's why I had to change it. So here I'm just painting the back of that MDF, and it's terrible. MDF is terrible. It just soaks up all that paint like a sponge. And I had this beautiful Halloween glitter foam sticker. I didn't have happy, but I had Halloween, so I'm just using that. I think it's perfect for my little gift here, my little wreath, and just adding some stars and some bats. There you go. A bat embellishment I think is perfect. Now here we're just going to put it all together. What I did was I used some of those pipe cleaners, those fuzzy pipe cleaners on the back of each skull, and I secured it with a little bit of ribbon and hot glue so it would be easier for me to attach it to the wreath itself. So here I am putting everything together with the mesh wreath. Now here is a tutorial if you want to see how I made this mesh wreath, because I am using the same one. You can check it out here. And by the way, my friend loved it and she can't wait to display it in her classroom.
Thank you again, dear friends, for joining me and for putting up with me dressing up as Walter Mercado. Many of you are still very confused as to who I am, but if you are, check out Netflix. They have a documentary on Walter Mercado, but he's definitely a staple of Hispanic culture and Hispanic households. Especially many abuelas would watch Walter Mercado. That's grandmas. Anyway, thank you again to all of my fellow Latina collaborators for celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month once again with me, Indiana Jones. And I usually represent Cuba, but as Walter Mercado today, I represent Puerto Rico as well, the Caribbean islands. Let's just put it that way. I want to say to all of you, thank you again for watching my videos and for all your kind words. And as I always say, stay safe, be kind. God bless each and every one of you. And remember to live the adventure. But as Walter Mercado would say, mire bien hacia las estrellas y acuérdate de vivir con mucho, mucho, mucho amor. Hasta la próxima.
I dedicate this video to my abuela and my mom, Aurora, for instilling in me a pride for my own Hispanic heritage.